Welcome, yogis, here in afar to our first Tuesday evening yin class. Yogis at home, if you'd like to use the playlist I sent, we'll cue it up together. Hey, Sarah. It's called Yin 75-7, and we'll press play in 3, 2, 1, play. Alrighty. So let's start from a table and just take a few movements. Undulate your back a bit. Roll out your neck some. Invoke a sense of fluidity. As you do this, build your breath. Take this opportunity to clear your mental and emotional space from the day thus far, the week thus far. Basically, as you drop in, as you arrive, also decompress. Release some steam. A couple more breaths as you move. Excellent. I didn't take a very close look at the roster for the streaming yogis. However, as usual, a couple props would be helpful in your practice today. Maybe a small or large pillow. Bolster, of course, is an option. And a large towel or small blanket. These are the fundamentals, of course. Straps, blocks, all those other goodies are absolutely acceptable. So start by making a seat pad with your towel or blanket and sit on it. Sorry? No, you're okay. Oh, yeah, you can get one. I thought that was the option, that towel. Sure. So we'll start with half caterpillar. So extend your right leg long, bring the sole of your left foot to your inner thigh. Make sure your pillow or bolster is within reach. And take a moment here, sit upright, root your sit bones down, and lift through your back. Allow your left leg, your bent leg, to soften towards the earth. Excellent. Stay for your inhale and stay with this, or begin to fold forward. Again, your bolster or pillow will be helpful. If you don't have one, that's okay. Simply find a medium edge, 2 to 5 on a scale of 10, and bring your chin to chest. And take this time to breathe. Not much else. I'll be right back. Grab my clock. Hey, it's your guys. Slightly reach back through your hips, very subtle, and lengthen through your back, through your crown, through your arms. A reminder that very subtle pulsing can encourage letting go in your tissues. In addition, it keeps your awareness present as you follow the rhythm of your breath. With your inhales, almost unnoticeably, slightly back off. And with your exhales, fall towards depth. We'll take a minute to discuss the fundamentals of the spirit of yin. First and foremost, there's never effort. There's never a sense of reaching for. Quite the opposite. It's passive. Much like water, we arrive at our goals through the path of least resistance. Allow your breath to relate with your tissues, with your joints, with your bones. And notice what occurs. Again, the key word, allow. These fundamental qualities within the yin practice are a potent balance to your more active yoga practices, as well as to the busyness and activity of your life off your mat. Much like yin and yang. Yang is active, radiant, hot, reaching outward, like the rays of the sun. And yin is passive, receptive, dark, cool. I invite you to use your imagination to actually visualize these qualities within the shapes we take. In many ways, an invocation. Let's take 3 full breaths together. Inhale, fill your diaphragm, your belly, your chest, your throat. Exhale, release, open mouth. Give the weight of your body to your mat. Notice the pauses. Inhale slowly. Exhale, let go. Again, inhale. And exhale. Excellent. If you are folded, walk your fingers towards your hips. Bring your torso to upright. Keep your chin heavy until your bones are stacked, shoulders over hips. Take a moment as you sit upright to linger in the resonance of our first shape. Very good. Unwrap your legs and make your way to a brief shavasana. So if you are sitting on a pad, you can remove that and slowly, gently lay back. And as most of you are familiar with, these pauses, these resonant shapes and or movements between postures are indeed a principle to the practice. Time to digest, to observe. Time for the subtle qualities of the asana to integrate. Indeed, they are much more than just stretches and movements in space. Very good. Now we're going to take a back bend in between before we do the other side of half caterpillar. So roll onto one side or the other. Bring yourself to seated and make your way to a table. Here we'll set up melting heart. From your table, stack hips over knees, on or about, and lower your chest towards your mat. Extend your arms a little wider than your shoulders. So maybe reach your palms towards the top corners. Good. Lots of options within this shape, which can be anything from gentle to highly intense. So first option, you can take opposite elbows if you're already noticing that you're outside of a safe edge, meaning any burning, acute pain, inability to breathe normally, or numbness. So if you are taking opposite elbows, maybe just nudge them forward a bit to create length and forehead to the earth. Second option is to elevate your arms with your bolster parallel to the front edge of your mat and still forehead to the earth. Last option is reverse prayer. Take prayer hands, bring your thumbs to the back of your neck and nudge again your elbow tips forward to create length along the back line of your legs or arms. Lots of options, and you're welcome to weave through those options throughout the hold. And this posture, named after the heart chakra, indeed addresses the front and back of your heart. Keep in mind that throughout any of these postures, if you feel motivated to move, to adjust, or modify, go with that. Meaning, I encourage you. And again, in the spirit of yin, we do not resist our own inclination. More than ever, this is a practice to release the need to do or be more than you are naturally. Resist the temptation to strive, and instead become empty. Let your spirit unravel for the purpose of restoration, healing, and release. No matter how hard we work towards well-being, health, mentally, emotionally, physically, conscious lifestyle, conscious and consistent practice, spiritual practice, there still is residue that builds up, not unlike carbon. This is an opportunity to clear out that residue, that buildup, so that your energy can flow without resistance. Let's take a full breath together. Inhale. Exhale. With as little effort as possible in your arms, make your way back to a table. My recommendation is embryo. However, you may be called to move some in space, cat-cows, etc. Again, I like embryo. Simply turn in on yourself, arms along your side bodies, forehead down. Feel the circulation of that posture throughout your heart, your shoulders, your arms, also your lateral body, your side body. Soften your jaw, your neck, as you gaze at your own inner expansiveness. Excellent. Make your way through a table and come onto your seat once again. We'll address the left side of half caterpillar. Bring your pad with you if you were using one to elevate your sits bones just a bit. This time left leg long, sole of your right foot to inner thigh. Make sure your bolster or pillow is within reach. And take a moment to sit upright, ground down through your seat, and lift up through your chest, your back, your crown. Maybe flex and unflex your front toes a few times to spread the back line of your leg. Excellent. Stay for an inhale. And once again, stay with this or fold to your safe edge. And if you have minimal props tonight for any reason, you can simply let your chin fall to chest. Use your proprioception to scan your shoulders. For most of us in this shape, one shoulder is higher than the other, in this case, the right shoulder. Level out your back. Hollow out your belly just a bit to create space. And breathe deep. I like to revisit the notion that I often discuss, which is playing your edge within this practice. In my opinion, the most misunderstood part of this practice. Through vinyasa and other styles, we are trained to move towards our fullest range of motion. And that's okay because we're not holding those postures for minutes and minutes. However, in this practice, we are. So in order to open our channels successfully without injury, we need to dial in a safe edge. And another aspect of this practice, which keeps your awareness here as you continually scan your body. And as you do, a safe edge is a 2 to 5 on a scale of 10, as far as a level of sensation. Slightly dull, slightly achy, slightly bitter. Most of these postures invite what is simply a progression, meaning that as time passes, your tissues soften. Perhaps you're able to deepen throughout the posture. Now, again, this isn't something to reach for or strive for. It's something to notice, observe whether going deeper still keeps you safe within that safe edge. However, the opposite can also occur, where over time the sensation builds far beyond a 5, and that is a signal to back off, to reset, and or release the posture altogether. And this is all part of the simple yet complex style of asana practice. The complexity does not exist within the shapes or the movements. It exists within your own awareness, your conscious experience. Take a full breath together. Inhale. Exhale. Use your fingertips to bring your torso to upright. Keep your chin to chest until you are upright. And then linger. And once again, make your way to a shavasana. So move your pad and lay back. For any reason there's an excess of sensation in your back, it may feel good to bend your knees and go side to side, windshield wipers. And if you're called to, it may also feel good to find a happy baby or simply seed pose where you just give yourself a hug. And now that you are on your back, gently compress your back into your mat, including your sacrum. Well done. Roll to either side once again, fetal shape, make your way to seated, and then to a table. We'll set up now for dragon. So bring your pad that you sat on, or really any small cushion will do. Place your left knee on it, and then step your right foot forward. Now, for those of you at home, you can probably see this very well, but for those of you here, place your front foot not to all the way to the edge of your mat and not in line with your hip. So kind of right in between, slightly outside your hip. Toes point forward. Now nudge your left knee back behind you to create length along the front line of your leg. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can bring your right hand outside your front foot, or inside. So feel into your skeletal variation. Find a sweet spot. Excellent. Linger here for a moment. Head upright or chin to chest. Shoulders over wrists. Allow your hips to settle down towards your mat. Good. Stay with this, or bring your forearms down towards the earth. Let your torso fall. Now keep in mind that especially in our hips, we are all so different. The opening of our hip socket, the shape of our femoral head, lots of variation, like our own fingerprints. So it may feel good to slightly rotate your foot out or even in, front foot, of course. But for now, don't roll on to the edge of your foot. You can let your head hang heavy, or if you have a block or rolled up cloth, you can rest your head on that. And give all of your attention to your low back and hips. Allow the weight of these areas to traction down toward your mat. Scan your body from toes to fingers, back again. Address resistance with your vigorous breath. Let's take a full breath together here. Inhale. Exhale. Now stay with this for a couple more minutes, or plant your palms, bring your torso back to upright. We'll move towards winged dragon. Weight in your left palm. You need to press your right palm into your inner front thigh. Stay for an inhale breath before you do anything. And as you exhale, gently press into your leg and rotate your chest up and back. Very subtle. No need to overly activate. Option to roll on to the outer edge of your front foot, but not too much so that you compress your ankle joint. Close your eyes, gaze within, breathe deep. Continue to allow the weight of your hips, your pelvis, your low back to traction down towards your mat. Think path of least resistance. Stack your body, your bones in such a fashion you can equalize effort and ease. Notice the qualities of yang within this yin shape. Full breath, inhale. Exhale. Stay for your in-breath. Exhale, transition back through neutral dragon, palms to the earth. And then bring your right hand outside your front foot, walk it in towards hip width. Stay for an inhale, look forward. And then exhale, slide back for half splits. Extend your front leg. Take a moment, ease into it. Lengthen your back as you inhale, just like a half lift. And exhale, fold toward your toes. Now, if you'd like to continue to pulse through that may feel good. Also, you can go back and forth from a lunge to half splits. If it feels good to bend your knee. One last option is you can bring your sits bones all the way down to your back heel and simply extend your right leg long. Be cautious with your knee. Soft neck and jaw. Deep, full breaths. A reminder that these resonance periods, these spaces between asana, are an opportunity for you to embellish your movements, to improvise, to communicate with your own physical body, your temple. Excellent. Let's switch it up. Come back through a table. Adjust your pad so you can bring your right knee down on it. And you'll step your left foot forward. And once again, set up your front foot, not quite in a line with your hip, but not all the way to the edge of your mat. You can keep your left arm outside your foot or bring it inside. And then nudge your back knee towards the back edge of your mat. Remain upright. Again, allow your hips to settle. Soften your belly. And once again, stay with this or come to forearms. Once again, maybe adjust your front foot, especially if you are taking this variation, so that your hips don't lock out. Head heavy or supported by a prop. Sail the rhythm of your breath. Many believe that we store emotional baggage in our tissues. Experiences, pain, grief, loss, trauma of all kinds, and of course, day-to-day stress. The spaces in your body that are rich with sensation are communicating a message to you. Drop into the shape, to use your breath, and to work with the resistance in your muscles, your joints, your connective tissue. How you do that is in many ways up to you. I offer options, techniques. Use the spaciousness, the holds, the time within the postures to interact with your nervous system, to let go of any chronic buildup. And once again, full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Stay with this, or palms to the earth, torso upright. This time, weight in your right palm, left palm to your inner front thigh. Stay for an inhale. And as you exhale, sink your hips a bit lower, subtle press into your inner thigh, and roll onto the outer edge of your front foot. Path of least resistance. Give yourself to the subtle frequency of the asana. Always an option to continue to play with that idea of subtle pulses, an oceanic quality to the shape. And the fact that our bodies are close to 80% water is an insight that we are never truly still. We are never static. We are always in motion, like water herself. Full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Stay for your in. Slowly release back through lizard, or dragon, I should say. Make your way to a kneeling lunge. Stay for an inhale breath, look forward. As you exhale, rock back. Extend your front leg ever so patiently. Half lift, inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Continue that pattern within half splits, or go back and forth from a kneeling lunge to half splits. Our final option, sit on your back heel and bring your left leg to the ground. Use the movement to roll out your head and neck, soften your jaw. Release buildup in your eyes, forehead, temples. Excellent. Make your way once again back through a table, no rush. Once you arrive, come to a prone shape. So onto your chest and belly, arms to a T, we'll set up for extended wing. For now, bring your wrists in a line with your shoulders. Kickstand your left arm, palm to the earth or fingertips. Stay for your inhale. As you exhale, roll onto your right side body. Bend your left leg. You can wiggle your right fingers forward for more depth or back for less. Option for a half bind. You And also come slightly onto the outer edge of your left foot and add a hip opener within this. Let your head rest heavy on your mat. And enjoy the remainder of this hold on your own. To incorporate this concept of playing your edge, to integrate the practice of presence, regardless of the circumstance. Be here now. Full breath with me, yogis. Inhale. Exhale. Very slowly unwrap yourself. Come back to a prone position. Once you arrive, arms along your side bodies, come onto your left ear, gaze to the right. If your shoulders are asking you to move them, to roll out your arms or wrists, you're welcome to do so, or simply be still. Like a stream running through the valleys, imagine the energy of the asana circulating through your tissues, your bones, your organs, bringing a quality of well-being. We'll reset now. Arms to a T. And prep for the other side. And tee out your arms once again. Bend your right arm, plant your palm, and roll onto your left side. You can walk your left fingers forward or back to play your edge. Option for a half bind. Another option, you can come onto the outer edge of your right foot. Allow your hip to peel open. And I've given you many techniques and directions around scanning your body, dialing in your edge, using your breath to interact with resistance. But I also want to remind you to observe your own frequency, your own vibration, your essence. Indeed, the practice of yoga is most easily defined as a union between the impermanent and the infinite. Within the spaciousness of these postures, you have an opportunity to build self-awareness, to notice the intricate complexities of your own being, and with a full heart be proud and grateful of all that you are. Not separate from, but a part of a collective consciousness. growing, evolving, a gift to exist. The treasure of this moment. Remain firm in your presence, even when the restless mind rises up to distract, to compare, to judge, to diminish, and even still remain loving in your firmness, in your anchoredness, in this path of union, this path towards union. Full breath with me, inhale, exhale. Stay for your in-breath, and ever so slowly trickle back to our prone shape. Come onto your right ear, gaze left, arms alongside body. Gently make your way back through a table, and we'll set up child's. So for a nice long child's, if you have a blanket or towel, bring it at least the width that you think your knees are going to go, just to pad your knees and shins. You can bring the soles or your toes towards touching, and like we do in most child's pose, or you can play with creating a little space between your feet and notice if you have a different experience. Hips to heels, extend your arms forward, maybe even walk your fingers to lengthen your back, forehead to your mat. With each round of breath, Give the weight of your body to the earth. Full breaths, inhale. Exhale, hips closer to your heels. Stay with this, childs, or thread the needle, right arm under your torso. Come onto your outer arm, outer shoulder, side of your head. Once again, option for a half bind. Scan for gripping, binding. Release it with your breath. Full breaths, inhale and exhale. Come back through child's, arms forward. Linger for a moment. Hips to heels, chest towards your mat. And now thread left arm under your torso. Option for a bind once again. Full breath, inhale. Exhale. Back through child's, ever so slowly. Come onto your forearms and make your way through a table. Very slow. You may notice rich sensation in your knees. If so, I recommend pedal your legs back and forth behind you. Option to go all the way to down dog and pedal from there for any reason that feels good. Roll out your head and neck. Soften your shoulder bones. Once you feel complete, make your way onto your back. Once you arrive, find a fetal shape to the right side of your mat. Linger for a moment. Notice any shifts that may or may not have occurred since we began. Bring your knees in line with your hips and your ankles in line with your knees. So, as you inhale, extend your left arm to the sky. And as you exhale, roll onto your shoulder blades. You can T or cactus your left arm or both arms. You can also add traction with your right palm on your outer top thigh. Perhaps gaze left, stretch your neck. The supine twist. If for any reason your legs are separating, you can place a pillow between your thighs or a blanket. And if your shoulder blades aren't equally making contact with your mat, maybe lift your legs by placing a prop under your bottom thigh. That's also an option if you're just noticing well above a 5 or even a 4 as far as sensation goes. Full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale once again. Pause. As you exhale, return to a fetal shape, right side. Take your time. Linger in comfort. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, roll to the left side of your mat. Once again, a fetal shape. Rest your head on your extended arm. Knees in line with your hips. Ankles in line with your knees. Inhale your right arm to the sky. Exhale, come onto shoulder blades. T or cactus. Gaze right, stretch your neck. You're welcome to use props between your legs or under your bottom thigh. Invite alchemy into your practice by visualizing with feeling the work that you are doing here, the spaciousness you are creating, that which you are here to let go of, that which you are here to embrace. Full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Stay for your inhale. Return fetal shape left side. Linger in the soma, the nectar of your effort this evening. The nectar of your willingness to explore the self. Stay for your inhale. Exhale to Shavasana. You're welcome to place a bolster under your knees. Cover up with a blanket. Create a nice pillow for yourself. Perhaps the most clear embodiment of yin here in Shavasana. Empty yourself. Let go of all attachment and all aversion. Bathe gently in the light of your own being. Here in stillness. If you'd like some more time, you're most welcome. Begin to breathe a little deeper. As you do gentle movements, your fingers, your toes, your ankles, your wrists, maybe your head side to side. Full body stretch. With your exhale, fetal shape either side. Linger and observe the richness of this practice. Slowly a tall seat, prayer hands to heart. Bow your head towards your fingers. A moment of silence to seal your practice, to honor yourself and the yogis who have shared with you this evening. Thumbs to third eye, inhale. Exhale, bow. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Take all the time you need. Friends at home, thanks for joining us. Enjoy your evening. Hope you get a delicious, restful night's sleep.